Hi, I'm Barry, this is Mega City Gaming, and this is Rogue Trooper. This was made in 1987. It's no longer available, unfortunately, except on eBay. And this was made by, you won't believe it, you will not believe it, Games Frickin' Workshop. Yeah, back in the day when they did games. Right. Let's have a look in the box. There we are. There we are. Of course, Tupperware for my bits, dice, lots of cards, tokens. You'll see what those do in a minute. Rulebook. I didn't have a rulebook with this because it was an eBay special. But I found the rules, a PDF of the rules online, but the PDF was all scanned in and half the page are upside down. So I painstakingly typed it all out again and included pictures. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that's a rule book. Miniatures. Plastic miniatures of different colours. Quite small. But I painted them. Yeah, because Rogue Trooper is blue, of course. And I did the bases differently so you could tell which one's which, and also because on the board each zone has a different environmental effect or different environment, so you know, urban, mountain, snow, jungle, that kind of thing. Here's the board. It's a 6-piece jigsaw. Yeah, they fit together like so. And the artwork is absolutely stunning. Each zone has its own picture. Absolutely amazing. Quick reference chart from order of esotericgamers.com. They do quick reference chart for many different games. Very useful. Character sheets, there are 6 of these, they're identical. So at the bottom you've got lives, you've got your biochip places, and here we've got ammo. So you pick up ammo in the game, and every time you use ammo, so ammo gives you like dice for combat and stuff like that. This is fluff or narrative. So if you're not familiar with the Rogue Trooper world, yeah, here it is. It's the background and the characters and the items and weapons and stuff like that. Another quick reference chart, more character sheets, and here, Games Workshop. Yeah, they used to be so cool. Here we go. We got Judge Dredd, the role-playing game here, which I have. We've got Judgment Day, which is it's like a scenario for the role-playing game. Judge Dredd board game, which I have. Rogue Trooper, which is this. Slaughter Margin, which is another role-playing game thing. And some Rogue Trooper miniatures, and some awesome Judge Dredd miniatures. Some of which I have. They are quite small, much smaller than the modern Judge Dredd miniatures. They're not very well made either. But you know, I am a collector. I am a collector. Okay, let's get this puppy on the table. Here's the board. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so the board is divided into zones. Each hex is a zone. Each zone has a name. For example, New Nuremberg, Glass Zone, Timbuktu. These are all places, obviously, from the stories. And each zone has a number. That is the number of encounter cards you draw when you go into that zone. Also, as you can see, the top part is blue, and then we've got orange down the bottom. The blue ones are the blue ones are naught zones, naught controlled areas, and they only use naught or neutral encounters. So if you take an encounter card, it says at the top well, it's got the symbol, yeah. So we've got, this one is souther with the arrow, can you see that? And this one with the lightning is a naught. So if it's the wrong kind of encounter, then you get rid of it. Okay. So that's the blue ones. Blues is naught. Orange down the bottom is souther. Again, they only use souther encounters or neutral encounters, or airborne naught encounters. So some naught encounters are airborne. They have an airborne thing at the top. It tells you whether it's suitable or not. And then we've got a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4 red areas. Those are neutral. Use any neutral and any airborne encounters. So not naught or souther. Right, the greys. There's a grey zone here, like a DMZ basically. That's the front line, and they can use any encounters, or whatever encounters. Okay, what else have we got? We got special sector, which is basically here, and of course Millicom. They use special rules. Each zone has a little symbol also, like here. That's the environment. That's the kind of environment that that zone is. For example, the upside down T here. These are cities, yeah, and that means you take one die roll of supplies in the souther cities. So if you're in the south and it's a city, then you roll d6 and you get that many supply cards, yeah. The planes, these ones, subtract 1 from your evade roll. So when you go into a zone, you draw your encounter cards, and then you can try and evade that encounter. If you don't evade, then you have to resolve the encounter, like combat or whatever. So you basically subtract 1 from the evade in the planes. Mountains, which is the triangular, where is it? There it is, triangular symbol. You add 1 to your evade rolls. Jungles and swamp, add 1 to your evade rolls. Then we've got the sea, the scum sea, which means you must use scum sea survival suit to enter. So you can't enter it unless you are equipped. Ignore any encounters other than coastal or airborne. So only a few encounters are possible in those. And then the last one, you've got the glass zone. So imagine they've been irradiated beyond all recognition, and in those areas you cannot evade at all. You can't evade at all in those areas. To start off with, we draw 2d6 supply cards. So that's 6 supply cards for me. 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. Okay, let's see what we got. Right, any ammo we can record on our character sheet. So 2 seal bursters, 1, 2, and once we've recorded it, we reject it. 1 CP mag. Lass scalpel, that's a special item, we keep that. 1 CP mag. 1 CP mag. 1 CP mag. Right, I didn't shuffle these very well, did I? Okay. Now we have to find out where we're going to land in our drop pod. So normally we'd pull a token, but we can just roll a d6 because there are 6. So here we go. We're on drop zone 3 in our drop pod. Boo! Plop. We can move 1. And of course I forgot that we draw 3 rogue cards to begin with. These can be played during the turn. These can be beneficial to yourself or other people, other players. You can help them or you can screw them up, and at the top of the card it tells you what phase we can use them in. Okay, so and we also, of course, we draw a mission card. So basically the mission card has a destination written at the top. This one is Oman 3, which I believe is here. So that's where we want to go to. Once we go there, we meet this contact, South of Spy, and then we draw, once we've met him, we get a clue card, and basically once we've got all the clues and made a portrait of the Traitor General turns up in Millicom, and then the doo-doo hits the fan. Right, here's an example of how we evade. So I went into the glass zone. That's got the number 1 on it, which means I draw 1 encounter card, and this encounter card is an Atmo craft, and at the top it's got initiative. So basically if you've got more than 1 encounter, they go in initiative order, so starting with the highest and then going down, so 5, 3, 3, yeah, and so on. Anyway, so if I want to evade this, I have to roll under this initiative using one dice. So that initiative is 5. That's pretty easy to roll under. I am in the South sector and in the glass zone. Glass zone may not evade. Okay, so I can't evade that. Okay, then it looks like we're in combat. So firepower 4, which means 4 dice for the Atmo craft, and I have no companions yet. I have CP mags, which can only be used against personnel, I believe. This isn't personnel, this is airborne. I have seal bursters. Actually, I'm wrong. The CP mags can be used against anything. It's the micro mines that can only be used against personnel, which I don't have anyway. Right. So I've got 4 CP mags. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives me 4 dice, and it's an opposed roll. So here we go. Atmo craft versus rogue. 4 against 4. Atmo craft. There you go. Rogue. Right. Well, that was lucky. So the Atmo craft rolled an 8, and rogue rolled a lot more than 8. I've rolled a 16. So the Atmo craft is destroyed. Boom. So at the beginning of the game, before we start, obviously I should have mentioned this before. You draw blindly. You draw a biochip, yeah, and then you turn it over, and the number on the biochip is the number of biochips that you can use. I was lucky, I had 3, so I get 3 biochips. 1, 2, 3, and the 3 types of biochip are helm, gunner, and bagman. And gunner gives you +2 to all GP, seal burster, and SAMI firepower rolls. So I got +2 to each of these dice. So obviously I won that combat. Helm gives you double firepower rolls against enemy armor, and bagman can give you a second salvo. So once you've rolled your dice and it's not enough, then you can decide to fire again with some different kind of ammo if you want. So that's all very handy. Right, I have reached Oman 3 finally, and I have contacted the South Spy. So that mission is disregarded, and I pick up a clue. So that's the first clue out of the 4. If I was playing with other people and we both are in the same zone, we can swap clues, because there are duplicates. So if I've got any duplicate clues I don't need, we can switch with each other. We can also trade items and things like that. Totally awesome. So as you can see, I have all 4 clues now. That means the Traitor General appears on the bridge of Milicom, and then I want to go and kill him. He has 8 dice, so he's pretty hard. And here we are in the Chem Jungle. There's the Trader General, and we're going to take him out now. We're going to take him out. He rolls 8 dice. This is why I bought more dice, because we need a lot. Alright, 8 dice, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 dice, 8 dice. Oh, he didn't roll very well. So that is 10, 15, 20. 20, simply 20. Right, and now Rogue is gonna let me see what we got. We got to each one. Yeah, that's it. +2, +2. Right. Oh, that's not very good, is it? 5, 14, 18, 21 +2 is yes, +2 to the roll, not +2 to each die. Of course, that would be heinous. So anyway, we beat him. He does have 4 lives though, so that's his first life gone. Right, Trader General is now down to his final life, and we have restocked ammo. So he's going to roll 8 dice. There we go. Oh, that's quite a high roll, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 22. 26. He rolled 26. Okay, 26. And so if we use micro mines, we get 4 dice for each of those. So we got 2 of those. So that's 8 dice. Got to roll more than 26. More than 26. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 6, 7, 8. More than 26. And we can do a second salvo as well. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. 26. 1, 2, 3. 10. 23. 23, not going to cut it, that one. Second salvo using CP mags. 1, 2, 3. Gives us another 3 die. And we get +2 to these. Alright, yes, that brings us up to around 30, 32. Awesome, right, he's dead. Bloody great. Well, that was mental. That was absolutely mental. Going all over New Earth and yeah, encountering strange things. It's a little bit better with more than one player, of course, because you can play rogue cards, and the rogue cards can help your other player, or it can screw your other player over. You know, it's up to you how you use them. It's a really good game. Really good game. A little bit longer than the Judge Dredd game, and there's a lot more rules to it, let's say, than the Judge Dredd game. But it's a very good game. The rulebook is not great. It's not fantastic. Not really that good. Like, you have to, you know, if you want to find a rule, you have to go backwards and forwards and all over the place, and there's a reference to page 7 and whatever. But you know, 1987, what do you expect? But once you've played it for like 10 minutes, you get to know the rules quite well. Anyway, I recommend it. Find it on eBay. Do it. Do it now. Do it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and comment below. Bye.